let's kick it off with some gaming news. Let's do that. I hope everybody's day is going well, starting well, has gone well, wherever you may be. Let's get in it. Let's go. Yo, it is the kickoff of Prime Day, which means we're going to have some new free Prime gaming deals if you are a Prime subscriber. Okay. Let's see. Prime Day video gaming deals. Target's going to be running deals as well because of anti-Prime Day deals. Yeah. Still supporting corporate greed, really. But what are you going to do? Well, we'll take a look at those. All right, let's switch over. Developer turns future of gaming talk into a surprise attack. I'm thinking this might be against NFTs and blockchains. Let's see what this is about. That's kind of wild. This guy it might be my new hero. This developer might be my new hero. Yeah, neon white in the gaming subculture where speed is everything. Until Dawn, the Quarry developer acquired by Nordisk Games. Okay. Yeah, Mass Effect Legendary Edition free for Prime Day. Okay, there's going to be about 25 to 30 other games that are free. We'll put this over here and read that along with the other Prime Day deals. Okay, we read about Dr. Disrespect's AAA Studios. A few more details about their game yesterday. If you're interested in what we looked at, then take a look at yesterday's video game news segment on YouTube. Okay. Ooh, Red Dead Redemption 2's PS5 port was also dropped. So not only have they said they are going to quit providing any kind of substantial online updates for RDR Online, they are also no longer bringing it to PS5. Here we go. We've read about this previously. I'm not going to read about that again. Um, I already got some stuff about this. I'm not gonna read more into Prime Day than we need to. New PlayStation acquisition, Haven Studios. Okay, take a look at that. We read about the watch yesterday. It's pretty awesome. Good stuff. I'm trying to rid games and prompt game developers to themselves incorporate methods to remove gamers that spread hate speech, especially racism within video games. Pretty awesome. Good on them. They actually have a presence on Twitter. You can follow them on Twitter. Get contact them through there. I think I'll pull it back up real quick. It is at Help Keep Watch. Help Keep Watch. Yeah. Page 3. Bravo Ready announces what? $3 million. I'm guessing this has to do with NFTs and blockchaining. A battle royale game. Let's take a look. Oh man, Chopmania, the real life tree chopping simulator right here. What mysteries might be hidden in those woods? Drive your harvester, chop some trees, find out in this relaxing adventure RPG. If they don't have you replanting trees after you chop them down, that sucks. Read about that yesterday. Not gonna dive back into it. Let's pivot to our other search. Make sure we're not missing anything here. Video game players show enhanced brain activity and decision making skills. Excel at decision making skills. Yeah. Um, this is not new news. This is, and look, it depends on the level of increases experienced among individuals that play video games will vary depending upon what types of video games, what genre of video games people are playing, for what amount of time per day, how many days per week, things like that. It needs to be at a fairly consistent level. But yeah, especially video games that make you think, RTS games, stuff like puzzle games, things of that nature. They definitely. Why is that? Sorry, guys. One second. There we go. They definitely have a the ability to increase cognitive functioning in various ways in people, and it's been proven quite often through various different research studies that have been performed. So I'm not going to dive into this, but there's a lot of stuff out there if you're interested. It's not just increasing cognitive functioning, but I mean, there have been all kinds of studies about being able to help people with disabilities, learning disabilities, all kinds of stuff, man. So it's really really good stuff. So Square says FF7 Rebirth is a PS5 exclusive. Big surprise. Oh, Bandai Namco appears to have been the victim of a ransomware attack. Nice. Okay. Open world racing game that's been gone for a decade could be coming back. Okay. We've already talked about a lot of the Ubisoft uh, games that have been delisted. A lot of their games have been The online capabilities have been taken offline, things like that. We've read about this already as well. Yeah, we already have this up. This is actually awesome. I think I'd rather read this on Kotaku though. So we'll read it on Kotaku. Yeah, we've already got this up. I've been kind of promoting this, or not promoting it, but trying to make sure everybody. I always promote free games. It doesn't matter what platform. Getting people access to as many games as possible is a plus to me. You know, like just getting anybody access to the world that I love. So if I know of games that are going to be free, I always try to make sure that everybody's aware of where you can get free games at. And this Mass Effect Legendary Edition, this as well as like roughly 25 to 30 other free games are coming, or they are now free today with Prime Gaming. And we'll talk about it. We have an article up. Yeah, PlayStation acquires new studio. We've already got that up as well. Yeah, we've got this Bandai Namco stuff up too. There's a lot of news today. We've talked about that already. All right, man. Marvel's Midnight Suns trailer shows off Iron Man. Take a look at that. Random mode time already, guys. Let's go. Looking for that jabated bombs away, dude. Looking for that jabated emote, guys. Oh god. I'm so tired of reading into like the whole NFT, blockchain, Web3 stuff. I'm just tired of it because it's all the same thing, basically. What I will do is pull this one up real quick because it has to do with GameStop and then basically trying to uh, keep themselves from going under. We knew they were pivoting into this whole NFT thing. I don't think it's going to save them. So GameStop releases their public beta NFT marketplace. Okay. And we'll stop there. We'll start getting into these articles at this point, okay? Ugh. So, GameStop releases public beta NFT marketplace. American video game consumer electronics and gaming merchandise retailer GameStop has launched its NFT marketplace, enabling gamers, creators, collectors, and others to buy, sell, and trade NFTs. So they launched its own non-fungible token NFT marketplace on Monday, uh, intending to deliver low fees and high speeds. Users of this marketplace can buy, sell, trade, and create NFTs. The marketplace features functionality to enable users to view stats for NFTs, and educational material is also provided. Educational content includes everything from NFT basics to how to connect a wallet to the marketplace is covered. It's a non-custodial Ethereum layer 2 based application, and users can connect to the marketplace using the GameStop wallet or other Ethereum-compatible wallets. Cointelegraph reported in May regarding the GameStop wallet and plans for the new NFT marketplace. Marketplace displays featured NFTs, NFT creators, and collections on the app's main screen. A deeper analysis of the market is also possible through the Explore interface. Currently, 236 NFT collections in the marketplace. Several Web3 games are coming to the marketplace through Immutable X, including Illuvium, Gods Unchained, and Guild of Guardians. GameStop partnered with Immutable X back in February. I don't see that going anywhere, to be honest. I just really don't. So there we go. That's what GameStop's doing. Yeah. This I think this is just more promotional stuff, really. This is why I try to stay away from a lot of this. I couldn't tell with the title of the article whenever I pulled it up, but I was pretty sure this was going to have to do with NFT stuff, and it absolutely does. We see these all the time, man, and I'm not going to read into this. It's about a new game being developed and coming that is incorporating NFT technology and when to earn Web3 stuff, and we see stuff like it's like the industry is becoming so populated with these endeavors, these ventures of these new pieces of software. You can't keep up with them all, you know. But that's basically what it is. You see all these articles from these sites pop up in our news segment that have to do that are based around crypto, or they're based around NFTs and blockchain. And anytime a new game gets announced or you know that it has any kind of substantial backing or anything like that, they start promoting it. And it's so polluted right now. I would say the majority of those you're not even ever going to see or actually even remember. So Square Enix says Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a PS5 exclusive because of the SSD speed. So it won't be released on PS4. Yeah, but what about PC there? I have an SSD. And isn't PlayStation supposed to be really, really devoted to releasing all these games on PC now? Just saying. Square Enix has claimed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is exclusive to PS5 and skipping PS4, partly because of its desire to exploit the new gen console's solid-state drive. The first trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was shown last month, revealing that the game will be part 2 of a planned trilogy. Unlike its predecessor, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was released for PS4 in 2020, before making its way to PS5 and PC the following year, even though the PC port is a piece of trash, the second part of the story won't be available for Sony's last-gen console at all. During an interview with Japanese publication Gamer, Rebirth producer Katase claimed there were several factors involved in the decision not to release the game for PS4. It's exclusive to PlayStation 5 because of the graphical quality, of course, as well as the solid-state drive access speed, he said, translated by Gematsu. Quote, since the adventure unfolds in a vast world after the escape from Midgar, loading stress is an extreme bottleneck. We felt the need the specifications of PS5 to overcome that and travel the world comfortably. Since before its 2020 launch, PS5 solid-state drives was positioned as Sony's headline feature for next gen, with architect Mark Cerny calling storage drive a true game changer. Well, they really are. They're not wrong there. In a PS5 hardware presentation, Cerny claimed the drive could affect not just loading times, but fundamentally change how game developers build their game worlds, for PS5 exclusive games that don't have to rely on hard disk drives used in older consoles such as PS4. Xbox Series X and S also use solid state drive storage, but Final Fantasy VII Remake is yet to release for Microsoft's console, likely due to an exclusivity deal. Yeah. When Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was announced last month, creative director Tetsuya Nomura said the sequel was being designed so that people can enjoy it whether they know the original game or not. Those materia slots, though. In fact, new players might even enjoy starting their Final Fantasy VII journey with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, he said. Cloud and his friends embark on a new journey in this game, and I believe that the scenes that they witness after leaving Midgard will give players a fresh, new experience. Kitase also claimed the game was proceeding at an astonishingly fast pace for such a large-scale HD title. He added, quote, making the middle part of a trilogy has its own challenges, but there are plenty of classic and second installments in the world of film that are defined by stunning story twists and deeper explorations of their characters. Often, these second installments become a favorite amongst the fans. Okay. So there we go. Only FF7 Rebirth. Whew. I apologize. Only on PS5. There you go. Did I skip this somehow? Chopmania Revealed. How did I skip this? Publisher and developer GameX Studio revealed their new upcoming game, a fresh take on all those digging and mining games. Inspired by the legendary Motherlode Chopmania, now promises a fresh take on the genre by switching up the mining with chopping trees. What up, Pinky? Hey, dude, I was thinking about you when I read this, whenever I came across this article this morning. This seems like right up your alley, dude. Which opens up a whole new dimension and interesting mechanics for players to explore. About the game, after the world has cut away too many forests, something happened. It appeared as if Earth fought back and started accelerating the growth of trees at exponential rates. Within a few years, thousands of cities became engulfed in trees and started eroding back humanity's land. Humanity put monumental efforts into trying to keep the spread back, but it's barely holding on. Rumors spread that there were supernatural forces at work, fueling this exponential growth, but all efforts thus far to uncover the truth have failed. In the last effort to save humanity, several outposts were deployed deep in the woods in an attempt to liberate the remaining cities and uncover something that would give hope back to humanity. You are in charge of one of those outposts with your trusted harvester. Go now. Chop, chop. The citizens of various cities have been radioed and made aware that you have the biggest and meanest harvester around, so they count on you to reconnect them with the rest of the civilization. So you almost got the role of a hero, but will you justify it? Chop your way into the forest while returning as many logs as you can back to your base to sell for profits. Don't let your capitalist mind fool you, though. Instead, use this only to fund your selfless efforts as you upgrade your harvester to move deeper into the woods. Remember, you are here to save humanity, not reap profits for yourself. Tree chopping simulator, dude. Tree harvesting simulator, Pinky. The game was designed to be a relaxing and fun game to play where players would enjoy exploring the places around the main base, trying to get deeper into the woods when playing optimally on various levels. The chopping mechanics are designed to be satisfying to a player, and we are adding new elements progressively so the players always have something new to uncover. And the world is built procedurally, so no two playthroughs will be the same. Set to be released in 2023 for Windows and Linux. Visit the newly established official Steam page to wishlist the game and stay updated. I was just kind of playing around, but, you know, tree chopping simulator, dude. There you go. All right, apparently Bandai Namco has been hacked, man. Major video game cyber attacks have become quite regular in recent years, and it seems Bandai Namco is the latest victim. Ransomware group Black Cat has added the Japanese publisher and developer known for series like Pac-Man, Dragon Ball, and Elden Ring to its list of victims. A group that monitors malware source code online known as a VX Underground was the first to spot this and share the information on social media. Same sources previously reported on other attacks like the NVIDIA one before it was officially confirmed. Black Cat have reportedly been ramping up ransomware attacks over the past year and has previously shared private employee data online when victims refuse to comply. This includes demands for millions of dollars. It's unknown at this stage the context of this latest incident. Some of the biggest attacks on video game companies in recent years include the NVIDIA leaks, CD Projekt Red, EA, and fellow Japanese company Capcom, which saw the reveal of a number of unannounced games ahead of release. It's exactly what I was thinking when I saw Bandai Namco. I was thinking, we're probably going to see some stuff come out about the games they haven't officially announced yet. One in particular comes to mind. Huh. Okay. So, Nacon released a trailer for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown that's raised more questions than answers. Well, we'll watch this after. You know what? Whatever. Let's watch it.
The Test Drive series of games has been around since the 80s, but we haven't seen an entry in the franchise's unlimited reboot line since 2011. Now, after over a decade on the bench, Test Drive is back for another lap in 2023, with publisher Nacon dropping a new trailer. What does this trailer tell us about the game?
Is not working
not much. It shows a beach locale, a city at night, and a few cars likely to show up in the roster. There's a nod to the concept of connection between car and driver, and the idea of togetherness is a line through the whole clip. Does this refer to customizing a car, making it truly yours, or does it point toward online multiplayer? We don't know. And it begs the question, with a whole new generation of racing games fighting for players, will Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown be able to outrace the competition? The Test Drive series got its open-world Unlimited reboot in 2006, and a sequel to that game in 2011. In the time since, we've gotten the entire Forza Horizon series. A middling open-world racing game, like Test Drive Unlimited 2 was, won't be enough to stand up to Forza Horizon 5 with its Game of the Year nominations and the weight of day one availability on Game Pass behind it. With a release date off in 2023, just what can we expect from Solar Crown is still pretty hazy right now. One thing is clear though, it's gonna need to do something big, something unique, to draw players away from Forza Horizon 5, or risk getting left in the dust.
Here are the keys to your new car.
What do you think Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown should do to stand out from Forza Horizon? Let us know in the comments below.
Okay. I'm sure we'll hear more about that as it comes out. But I don't know. We'll see. This is actually pretty wild. Developer ambushes NFTs in public talk, makes crypto sponsors real mad. His presentation had crypto sponsors of the evening trying to break into the talk. This is awesome. Why NFTs are a nightmare. During Brazil's International Games Festival last week, developer Mark Venturelli, Chroma Squad, was scheduled to give a talk called The Future of Game Design. A few seconds in, he flipped and revealed the presentation's real title, Why NFTs Are a Nightmare, to a room full of applause. The talk absolutely rails on the idea of implementing NFTs and play to earn in video games, attacking the environmental costs, predatory practices, and the fact that they'll turn games into salt mines and sweatshops, rather than creative works people can simply enjoy. All things we already knew, but it's always lovely seeing a developer reinforce the point in a forum along with their peers. A video of the talk has been uploaded to YouTube, but since it's all in Portuguese, it won't be of much use to most of you. It should, however, autoplay below to the moment that Venturelli pauses, laughs, and makes the switch, a universal moment we can all enjoy. Okay? As PC Gamer reports, an important thing to note here is that he pulled the stunt with the blessing of the event's organizers because the Brazil International Games Festival had among its main sponsors a number of crypto, NFT, and blockchain companies, some of whom were furious at the content of Venturelli's talk. That's awesome. These people are outsiders here. They're not important, he said of the scam peddlers during the presentation. They're just trying to buy their relevance because they have no actual influence over the future of our industry. If you just give them this space uncontested, you're just giving them exactly what they want and buying their narrative that they're relevant. Yes, nice. It's a subsequent interview with PC Gamer. In a subsequent interview with PC Gamer, Venturelli says, "I've heard that sponsors got really mad. They tried to break into the talk while I was talking, but the organization would not let them." That's awesome. There was never any kind of intention on the organizer's side to shut me up or anything like that. I don't know why I couldn't read that for a second. While the video of the talk was in Portuguese, Venturelli has since uploaded a translated set of the slides accompanying the presentation, which you can check out here. Dude, that is sick. Let's see this.
Estou não hoje aqui pelo evento. Então essa é a parte que eu enganei vocês. Então o nome da minha palestra não é o futuro do game design. Eu fiquei com medo de talvez não aprovar a minha palestra. Se eu falasse que o verdadeiro título dela é porque NFT é um pesadelo. Bem, tirando algumas...
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good on this individual, man. Yeah. Yep. Cool. That's awesome. Yo, Red Dead is dying, guys. By the way. Like, totally dying. Not only are they taking RDR online, like basically... I mean, content for RDR online, content updates have been virtually non-existent for the past like year and a half anyways, but they've actually come out now and told us, we've seen over the past few news segments that they've actually come out, Rockstar Games has come out and been like, yeah, we're not going to be, coming out with any more content for RDR online. Just, minimal like bug fix stuff like that. And now it's like we're now dropping the port for RDR to PS5. Following reports from multiple reliable sources that Rockstar Games has canned RDR 1 and GTA 4 remasters, another report has emerged claiming the developer has canceled plans for RDR 2, PS5, and Xbox Series XS ports. Update comes from the same insider, Tez2, who originally revealed that Rockstar dropped the aforementioned remasters of Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, Definitive Edition's poor reception, a claim that was later corroborated by the other outlets as well. Yo, Gamer, what's up, buddy? RDR 2 PS5 release would have followed GTA 5 current gen launch. The idea of RDR 2's current gen release makes sense. Although not as successful as GTA 5, which spanned 3 console generations along with GTA Online, RDR 2 sold like hotcakes and came with its own take on multiplayer in Red Dead Online. The multiplayer portion may have benefited from adding current gen players to the mix. However, support for Red Dead Online dwindled. Yeah, even though there was a huge outcry for it, they were only focused on bringing consistent content updates to GTA 5, while, again, over the past year and a half to 2 years, Red Dead Online, they basically just brought nothing to the table for Red Dead Online. With Rockstar later admitting that it needs to invest time and resources into GTA 6 in order for the upcoming game to meet expectations. With that, it looks like any hopes of Red Dead Redemption 2 on current gen platforms have been dashed. On the flip side, considering Rockstar has had very little output since 2013, it probably makes more financial sense for the developer to move on to new projects while supporting the cash cow that is GTA 5. Banking on one game isn't exactly a smart idea when there is potential for more. In other news, okay. So, I mean, here's my thing, right? This seems like just another iteration of a developer that has gotten large and has quit listening to their fans. You know, um, we've seen them make mistakes like pushing out the remasters of Grand Theft Auto, that trilogy that came out. I can't remember what they called it. Did I just read it? And it was a hot mess. It was nowhere near ready to be pushed out. And all this stuff, they've got these people that are fans of Red Dead Redemption, already Red Dead Online, and they've just been basically ignored for the past 2 years. While GTA 5 has gotten everything. And here's just another example of them not listening to what their consumers, the fans of their other titles want, and yeah, I mean, obviously, they need to take, it's a business, they need to take a dedicated look at or a dedicated stance on making sure that they are working on what is going to be better for them for the future, but there has to be some kind of commitment to the fans of your studio and your games as well. The role playing servers. Well, Rockstar is they're both, they're games for both. Look, GTA 5 is absolutely renowned for role playing, right? And Red Dead Online has also been known for the role play stuff on there as well, but not to the extent of like what GTA 5 has been, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. I think that like Red Dead Online, I think a lot of people have quit playing it over the past couple of years because of the lack of support from Rockstar. There's been a lot of outcry, man, and over the past like year and a half to 2 years, it's just constantly been like, why are we getting nothing while GTA 5 is getting everything? Why can we not get at least a little bit of something? Because there are a lot of people that love that game, and but it's like they've just been ignored, and it feels bad. It feels bad. So, and it's not like Rockstar's doing bad. It's a very successful company, right? It's not like they're like, we got to buckle down and only focus on this title right now to try to get us out of this hole. I don't think that Rockstar is doing that bad. They've been wildly successful, you know what I mean? It is one of the more successful video game companies, unless they've just got they've made some very, very bad financial decisions that I'm not aware of, Just saying. Seems weird, man. Seems weird. Yeah, and I wonder, I mean, is RDR2 all encompassing? Anybody playing the game? It would be all encompassing, right? Anybody playing the game as like just a single player mode or like for the story or online, right? Everything would be RDR2, right? I'm pretty sure. Or do they actually have a let me see here. I can actually check real quick. Yeah, it's just all under RDR2, huh? Yo, Tabo, what's up? It looks like it's all just under RDR2. Yep, yep. Yeah, thanks, gamer. Appreciate it. Yep. Well, hey, it's always so hard to determine popularity by Twitch viewers. Really, I mean, if you were gonna go by that, I mean, this is the thing that's wild about Twitch viewers, right? Or like trying to say popularity by a Twitch game. Um, just let me browse, dude. So you'll get very popular streamers that bring in a lot of no bring in a lot of viewers, right? And they'll go play like a vintage game or whatever. You know what I mean? And uh it'll pull that game way up, you know. Yo, Mr. Labatt, what's up? So it's sometimes hard to tell, you know, like exactly how consistent in popularity a game is still. Um, I'm just giving an example, right? I don't know. You could probably look up the consistent viewership, or I mean, we could obviously go look up the server numbers for like RDR online, but sometimes just going by like maybe how many viewers at a specific time a certain game has on Twitch isn't a really good perception of how popular a game is, because uh, like I said, I mean, you can get wild stuff happening, like just a very popular streamer playing a game that nobody else is playing, but they've got 9K viewers, and it takes the game way up in the rankings. You know what I mean? So we could see real quick though. The last 30 days, this is just Steam charts. Last 30 days for RDR Online, um, average players just under 2,000. Peak players 3,200. Yeah. Um, yeah, future of gaming. Well, it wasn't. I mean, you're talking about from the Brazilian Game Festival, Tinwin. Yeah, yeah, we already went over it, buddy. Thanks, man. Yeah, if that's what you were talking about, yep. Yeah, it was pretty good. We just watched it just probably about 5 minutes ago. Yep, pretty good stuff. Yeah, I really liked to see that. It was good on good on that presenter, that developer, and it was awesome that the organizers did not let him be interrupted. Yeah, on both counts, very very good. Uh, yeah, it feels bad. Feels bad that I mean, again, Red Dead's been as a whole, Red Dead has basically been shunned by Rockstar for the better part of like 2 years now, and this is just another example of what they're doing to just go. We don't really care about anything else besides Grand Theft Auto. So whether it be Grand Theft Auto 5 or Grand Theft Auto 6, it just goes to show. New PlayStation acquisition, Haven Studios to focus on cloud gaming. Hey, Tinwin, thanks for making sure we were aware, though, man. I appreciate it. Silver Lining, Jade Raymond's Haven Studios has officially become part of PlayStation. In light of her studio joining PlayStation, Raymond has described her vision for Haven, specifically referring to a focus on cloud gaming, which she believes to be a game changer for the industry. Why is Haven Studios investing so heavily in cloud gaming? Well, I'm not going to dive into that. Um, if you know Jade Raymond's name, it might well be from her work on Ubisoft franchises like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. Could also be through her work from the ill-fated Google Stadia. Raymond left Ubisoft in 2014, joining Sorry, guys. It's a reflex. It's a reflex. Yeah, yeah. In 2015 to head up a new studio. Work on a Star Wars game alongside Uncharted narrative designer Amy Hennig came to naught, though. And Raymond eventually found herself heading up Google Stadia's game studios. Google Stadia's fall from grace has been well documented. So news that Raymond's new studio is focusing on cloud gaming as well may not be particularly welcome to many who remember Stadia's misfortunes. However, it's fair to say that Raymond has much more clout behind her now thanks to PlayStation Studios, as well as greater creative control over a studio that's very much her own. So here's hoping this new venture goes better than her tenure with Google did. Remains to be seen what Raymond and Haven Studios are cooking up. In the GI.biz interview, the nature of the project on which the studio is currently working wasn't mentioned at all. We know it's a live service game and that presumably it will focus heavily on cloud gaming. But other than that, details are pretty thin on the ground right now. We'll likely learn more about Haven Studios' upcoming project, which is being developed for PS5, in the coming months. So stay tuned for more info about that as we get it. Yeah, we'll see more, I'm sure. Yeah. We're going to have to get an emote going just for, like, these developers' names that I can't actually say anymore without wanting to vomit. Bleh. Bleh. Yeah. We're going to have to get an emote going. Oh. I actually finally got all of the Valheim gameplay and all of the Valheim clips pulled out of all the VODs on Twitch and exported to YouTube. They're not public yet, but they're all exported. So, probably tonight I'm going to work on getting all of that stuff, all of the Valheim stuff, put into a public playlist and everything on YouTube. It's a lot of content, dude. It's a lot of content. A lot. Best Prime Day 2022 video game deals. Hundreds of Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox games are on sale for Prime Day. Yeah, we knew this was coming. I've been talking about this a lot, not just because of mainly because of the free games, which let's start off with that. Okay, let's start off with the free games. Again, over the past 3 weeks, there were about 25 to 30 free indie games that you could purchase. Free games. You can't purchase a free game, really, can you? Free games you could grab if you had Prime, Amazon Prime subscription. And you could get it through Prime Gaming. You could have gotten them through Prime Gaming. And we knew that these new games were going to start today. So starting today is the beginning of Amazon Prime Day, which runs through tomorrow. And it's being headlined by Mass Effect Legendary Edition being free, along with like roughly 30 other games, okay? The previous games you could have gotten were mostly indie games. This is a little bit different. You're getting some actual like AAA games that you can get for free. Headlined by this. There's some Star Wars games, things like that. Yeah. Grid Legends, Star Wars. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is free for members of Amazon's Prime Gaming service this week. one of 6 games being given out by the e-commerce giant, which has struggled despite pouring gazillions into various projects to produce an acclaimed game of its own for Prime Day. Its annual ritual about bleeding you dry at the altar of capitalism. They joined roughly 24 other games Amazon put up last month as a promotion for Prime Day. Oh, I thought they were taking most of those down and putting up new ones. Maybe that's what it is. They're just adding some new ones to it, I guess. Almost looks like an evil version of Michael J. Fox. Okay. So, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, a bundled 4K re-release of BioWare's landmark trilogy of space RPGs, is the big one. Amazon is also giving out the racing games Grid Legends and Need for Speed Heat, alongside 3 Star Wars games, the terrific squad shooter Republic Commando, 2 entries from the Jedi Knight series of action games, Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy. You can grab them today and tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so all the other games are the games that you could have grabbed since like the middle of June, basically. Yeah, they're currently available, have been since the middle of June, will continue to be through Wednesday. So these are all the games that you could have already grabbed that I've kind of been telling everybody to go ahead and go grab if you have Amazon Prime. This is the list of games. I'll throw this all in chat. The catch to all of this is that you need to be signed up for Prime Gaming, which costs $15 a month and includes all the stuff like the streaming service and the free shipping you get with. Amazon says games are yours to keep forever. Here's where I point out you can register for a 30-day trial for free. Okay. Free games if you already have their service or if you want to go check out their free trial. Okay. There's the link in chat. All right, guys. Don't forget, I'm actually going to leave that up to remind myself later to go grab those. So here's some other stuff. We already looked a little bit yesterday about some of the titles that we'd already seen come out early for Prime Day yesterday. But there's a whole slew of games. This might actually be the same exact list we looked at yesterday. I think it is. But they've got a whole list of games for Switch, PS4, PS5, and the Xbox consoles as well that are on sale right now. So I'll just list this in chat as well in case anybody's interested. There's that. Target is actually well, again, I mean, as far as that goes, a free game is a free game, and who knows? Maybe you know, if you have something, if you've already got Prime Gaming and it's not going to cost you anything but a couple of minutes to go grab those games, right? So, in that respect, just costing you a few minutes to go grab those games, who knows what you might run into there to try out that looks interesting and you might end up enjoying. Yeah. That's what I always just try to get people to buy into, as it were. Same thing with the Epic Game Store, you know, like just because a game doesn't necessarily seem like it's going to be interesting or just because you've never heard of it, it's free. And with Epic, you just have to have an account that doesn't cost anything. So that's why I promote, I just want people to have access to the world I love. And everybody's experience is subjective, right? Everybody has their own respective preferences for games and things like that. And so I just try to advocate for as many people to get their hands on as many games as possible. So if you can grab free games, grab free games. Who knows when you might just have some downtime and you're like, man, I want to try something different that maybe I wouldn't normally try. And you go, well, I've got all these free games. Let's take a look. And you see something that might be interesting that you didn't look at before. And and try it out, and you might surprise yourself, you know? So that's my whole premise around promoting grabbing free games. That's it. Yeah. Target, so you'll see this happen all the time. Um, Target is always fighting with Amazon. So anytime Amazon does a deal, Target will do a deal. And then anytime Target does a deal, Amazon will do a deal right after them. So here it is. Target is doing deals because Amazon is doing their deals, right? So yeah, every retailer wants a piece of the Prime Day stuff. And so here's some more deals that you can get on games if they've got accessories, TVs, all kinds of tech stuff beyond games. So if you've got access to Target, or you know they'll ship to you or whatever, there's another link to the Target stuff. Neon White and the gaming subculture where speed is everything. Pinky, have you still been playing Neon White at all, dude? Speedrunners are the Formula One drivers of video games, and their videos are watched by millions. What difference do a few seconds make? If you're boiling rice or driving to work, not a great deal. But for the hero of Neon White, a single moment's delay could spell the difference between a year of bliss in heaven and eternal damnation in hell. In this ultra stylish indie hit from taste making publisher Annapurna Interactive, you've died a sinner, and your only chance to earn a place in paradise is to win a series of madcap races across gleaming castles in the sky. Oh, okay. Right on, dude. Right on. Yeah. This is not your typical evocation of heaven. There is a coolness to the pastel tones of the Escher-esque. Oh, dude. I love it. They're actually even... they just name-dropped my favorite artist of all time. Escher. Escher-esque architecture over which you run, leap, and somersault to a blood-pumping soundtrack of drum and bass. In between races, you socialize with your competitors, neon yellow, neon red, neon violet. It's basically Reservoir Dogs on amphetamines, having flirtatious conversations that are eccentric, adolescent, and deeply rooted in anime culture. Neon White knows exactly what kind of game it wants to be, which is surprising because its genre is so difficult to classify. At heart, it's a first-person platformer evoking parallels with last year's brilliant Boomerang X. Also draws elements from shooters, visual novels, puzzles, and even card games. Each level is a short race course lasting no longer than a minute, where you compete to finish in times which will net the bronze, silver, or gold, or elusive platinum ace medals. Inevitably, you will repeat each level many times, chasing that thrilling rush of adrenaline as you glide across glittering waterways, and that sense of mastery as you chain moves and expertly anticipate every obstacle. The game may not align neatly with any one genre, but it fits squarely within the remit of one of gaming's biggest subcultures, speedrunning. This is a community dedicated to playing whole games or sections of them as fast as possible, in runs which might last tens of hours or mere seconds. Videos of speedruns are watched by millions, particularly during twice-yearly charity competition Games Done Quick. Games Done Quick! Dude, what a great organization. They just finished. Whose most recent edition raised more than $3 million. I would butcher that. What is this? Medicines Sans Frontières? I butchered that. I'm sorry. Speedrunners are the Formula One drivers of video games. They might spend days learning every corner of a single level and play through it countless times to practice reducing their time by fractions of a second. When they finally embark on their record-breaking attempt, a single error could send them back to the beginning in a heart-stopping moment of frustration. But if they succeed, the rush can prompt euphoric celebration so hilarious and uplifting that they have found a home in dedicated compilations on YouTube. Speedrunners often specialize in game series, Doom, Mario, Zelda, Soulsborne games, right? But certain new titles such as platformer Celeste have been popular, and there is even a community dedicated to lengthy Japanese role-playing games. The ingenuity of these players is remarkable. Community members have specific roles such as routers who pore over a game to work out the optimal sequence of actions to get the fastest time, or glitch hunters who look for flaws in the game's code which can be exploited to gain valuable seconds. Yep. In new release LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, a speedrunner realized that child characters cannot be killed. So if you hit one upwards and continually slash them with your lightsaber, you can fly infinitely through the air, bypassing all manner of enemies and obstacles. This technique has been dubbed child flight. Outsiders might expect the speedrunning community to be intimidating. A group fluent in complex jargon who are dedicated to breakneck competition and elaborate technical exploits. In fact, they're a close-knit community eager to share their knowledge. You know what? I had this conversation with Wick the other morning where I think the perception about people that aren't familiar with what speedrunning in video games is, they think that speedrunners, because it is a competitive thing, they see speedrunners as people who, as being a community of gamers that don't want to help each other, that they're only out to succeed themselves. And when in fact that is not the case. Speedrunners are very, very close-knit communities of gamers that want to see each other succeed and are very dedicated at trying to help one another do the best they can. Special exploits are sometimes named after the player who discovered them, as if they were a new species of plant. Successful runs are charted on
shut your pie hole, buddy!
There he is, right there. Which catalogs 3.1 imminent attempts to date and might be chronicled by one of the scene's dedicated historians, such as the Summoning Salt YouTube channel. Alongside the thrills, a significant reason for the size and fervor of the speedrunning community is the compelling story that unfolds alongside each run. A speedrunner has spent many hours practicing for a single pivotal moment, but behind them is the work of hundreds collaborating on the path. Yeah, this requires such a deep understanding of the granular details of a game that, while motivated by a need for speed, speedrunning is at its heart an act of love. At least that's what I keep telling myself when I see the news that someone beat Elden Ring in 21 minutes. God. I'm 80 hours in and still haven't reached the last boss. Yeah. Neon White is out now on PC and Switch. The game even just looked amazing when we saw it in the showcases at the beginning of June. You know, we saw it and we were like, wow, that looks really wild, like an FPS card-based game. And Pinky went out and tried it right away and was like, dude, the game's amazing, you know. And so I'm very intrigued to try it out. I am not a speedrunner, dude. I'm way too three-head to be a speedrunner. But nonetheless, the game looks amazing, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll probably play it at some point, right? I'll leave the speedrunning up to the experts of speedrunning. I just want to enjoy the game for what it is. 40 hours I put into it were just a warm-up, yeah. Red trophy getting for beating dev times. Oh, gotcha. Right on. Wick, what's up, buddy? What's up, dude? Yeah, I name dropped you, dude. That's what he was waiting on this morning. See if I would talk some trash about him before he told me to shut up. That's cool, man. Yeah, we've seen a few really good articles about Neon White already. And this is one of those really refreshing things I feel like in the industry that we love so much, you know, where I don't think anybody really knew about a whole lot about this game coming out, right? I hadn't heard anything about this until not to say nobody knew, but it definitely was not a super hyped game that I'm aware of. And we've seen this happen before, and it's really refreshing that this happens from time to time, whether it be a game like Valheim or Loop Hero or Neon White, what have you. About, less than a handful of times a year, usually like maybe 2 to 3 times a year average, we'll get these really kind of unique games that come out that nobody was really expecting. Yeah, and they end up just being really, really nice, refreshing things for the industry from most often indie developers, and they just kind of take a certain genre of the gaming community by storm, and it's really cool to see that happen. It really is, and I think this is one of those titles. It's we've already seen many articles come up that have been really cool to read, and immediately upon seeing the trailer for this game for the first time, which was in the showcases at the beginning of June, I immediately wish listed the game because I was like, oh, that looks really wild, you know? And then once Pinky told me about his experience with the game, it just kind of drove home the fact that we needed to try it at some point. Very cool. Until Dawn, the Quarry dev acquired by Nordisk Games. Here we go. So Supermassive Games, the developer of horror titles like Until Dawn, The Quarry, and the Dark Pictures Anthology, has been acquired by Nordisk. The publisher took out a 30.7% stake in the company last year, but has upped it now to a full 100%. This is all being done, quote, to increase our support to the team and most importantly, continue the great working relationship we have with them, says Nordisk Games. The UK-based team joins the likes of Just Cause developer Avalanche Studios and Castlevania Lords of Shadow studio Mercury Steam within the Nordisk Games umbrella. An official price for the buyout hasn't been shared. Pete Samuels of Supermassive Games said in a statement that the deal offers the team job security and the opportunity to grow. Quote, having had such a positive experience over the past year, it wasn't a difficult decision where Nordisk Games wanted to explore increasing their investment. We have an exciting and ambitious growth strategy for Supermassive Games, and Nordisk Games ownership only enhances that. Nordisk Games CEO Mikkel Weider then adds, quote, in acquiring 100% of the studio, we'll be able to increase our support to the team, and most importantly, continue the great working relationship we have with them. While many still feel Supermassive Games has never managed to hit the heights of... excuse me. Take a drink here. Never managed to hit the heights of Until Dawn on PS4 in the time since 2015. The Dark Pictures Anthology has gradually gotten better with each entry, and this year's The Devil in Me looks like the series' most interesting setting yet. With further backing from Nordisk Games, the quality of these titles could well improve even more in the years to come. Unless Bandai Namco has a deal in place, it's presumed the publishing of the franchise will now switch to Nordisk Games. All right. Another acquisition, man. There you go. Okay, this is the last I have for today. So, if anybody has anything else you want to bring to the table, Tinwin, thanks for coming and making sure we had already seen that article that about the dev at the Brazilian showcase. That was actually a really cool thing to see, taking a shot at the NFT blockchain Web3 stuff during that. So I appreciate you coming and making sure we had seen that already. If anybody else has anything to add to the news segment that maybe I didn't find during our search for articles today, or just that I could be pertinent to the gaming industry news segment, especially that I haven't hit on potentially over the previous news segments or today, let me know and I'll address it before we finish up today, okay? Marvel's Midnight Suns trailer shows off Iron Man. Marvel's Midnight Suns developer Firaxis Games and publisher 2K have released a new trailer specifically spotlighting one of the game's playable Marvel characters, Iron Man. The title is set to release for the PlayStation 5 and 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam and the Epic Game Store on October 7th. It appears that ahead of that, Marvel's Midnight Suns will be highlighting each individual playable character, which it has already done with Captain America. The new Marvel's Midnight Suns trailer seems to show a mix of direct gameplay footage as well as in-game cinematics, of course, featuring Iron Man. Various moves that the character has in the title seems to focus largely on missiles and lasers, and while it's hard to get a full sense of what they might look like during a standard round, they sure seem mighty impressive here. Check out the new trailer for yourself below. All right, let's take a look at this real quick.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Fail, Smydra. I gotta say, the whole Hail Hydra thing is pretty stale. Got any new material? Been saving this for a special occasion.
Okay. Okay. Beyond Iron Man, playable characters that have been revealed for Marvel's Midnight Suns include the customizable hero called the Hunter, Captain America, Wolverine, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Blade, Ghost Rider, Magic, Nico Minoru, Spider-Man, and Scarlet Witch. The last two of those were recently revealed during Summer Game Fest. Quote, in Marvel's Midnight Suns, players take on the role of the Hunter, the first customizable original hero in the Marvel Universe, brought back to life from a centuries-long sleep to lead the Midnight Suns, with heroes spanning across the Avengers, X-Men, Runaways, and more. The official description of the new video game reads, in part, forced to unite in opposition to Lilith, mother of demons, and parent to the Hunter, the Midnight Suns must rise up against the darkness in the face of fallen allies, and with the fate of the world at stake. Yep, we already talked about it's coming to like all platforms on October 7th. Was previously set for March, yeah, but got pushed back. Yep. All right. Doesn't look like we have anything else, so we will sum up this news segment right here, and I'll just say thank you to everybody for being here and being part of this news segment. We're going to move on to our video gameplay of day 6 of Witcher 3. It's day 6, right? Is that correct? Dude, I can't even remember. I think it's day 6. Yeah. Day 6 of Witcher 3. Cool. Which has been a lot of fun. I'm ready to get going in that. But before we head over there and start up our gameplay, again, let me just say thank you to everybody who's always part of this community and everybody that was part of the gaming video game news segment today, okay? If you're viewing this content as a VOD on YouTube and you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and potentially leave me a comment so we can have a bit of a discussion regarding some of these topics that we found today, okay? Also, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with us at 6 o'clock a.m. CST, where we start up every single stream with video gaming news before we hop into our video game play, all right? Other than that, everybody just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow for July 13th edition of Video Gaming News, all right?